Hey, it's Richie and Wes.
He's Richie.
And he's Wes.
And this is our show. Alright, a little something different. Normally, we ask the questions, and you all give the answers.
Sometimes.
Well,
and sometimes not.
Or sometimes you do get confused, and you ask us the question, which usually has absolutely nothing to do with the question or topic that we were
Exactly.
talking about. But we love y'all anyways. And this week, we thought we would flip it around
Yes.
and let you,
We love a good pivot.
baby gays, ask the question. Now, anyone can be a baby gay if you are recently out, I would say, within the last year
Yeah.
or so.
It does not mean age.
It has nothing to do with that.
No. Bitch. What was life like in the 1900s? I hate when it's referred to. That is the correct way to address.
I mean, first of all, respect your elders.
Yes. Bitch.
Mhm. Because
And also, it was fucking lovely.
Mm-hmm.
I
It
love.
actually was.
It was. You got all the awesome exposure of new things coming so rapidly, like
Yeah.
technology. Now I think tech is kind of at a standstill, honestly. But we went from tube
Also-
televisions that had been around forever
Yeah.
to flat screens,
Really
which was like, oh my God.
upgrading
And
and all
then
this
flatter
good
and flatter and
shit.
thinner and thinner.
And also, I feel like so many people were into like the environment and
Mhm.
being socially conscious and aware. There were so
Music
many
was so experimental.
fucking assholes.
Hip hop was created.
Oh my
a
God.
whole new
90s
form
hip-hop?
of music
Like
called
1990s,
hip hop
especially.
and rap was literally created.
Mhm. In the 1900s.
Literally.
Yeah.
So you got to see a renaissance of musical growth and
Mhm.
cultural growth, and oh my God, dance took off to a whole different level as well. Again, computers were rapidly evolving. We got to see the before and after of the internet. That's something that's not said about a lot of times. You'll get new inventions and things of that nature, but this is something that literally changed the world. Quite literally.
Oh, yeah. If you think about it, you really had the advent of, in the early 1900s,
Mhm.
TV and radio
Yes.
becoming more of the networks
Mhm.
and all of those things, branching out. You had music that used to be just like, you either had hillbilly music
Mm-hmm.
or you had like branching out into all these different genres.
Yes.
Like you're saying, like hip hop and R&B were breaking out. Oh my gosh, there's actually a great series on Netflix called Explained.
Yes, there is. It's
Goes through this
Watch
exact
it.
same
It's great.
thing.
yes.
Where, believe it or fucking not, I mean, first of all, women have only had the right to vote for like 100 years.
Uh-huh.
So things were very oppressive prior to the 1900s. Thank you very much. We had an awesome time and we changed the world.
Yes. Literally. Quite literally. And so it was amazing. It was great and I loved
Yeah,
it.
thanks for asking.
All right, next question. How can I find a guy who actually wants to go on dates and not do hookups?
Aw.
Slide in my DMs. I am single and I enjoy dates. I enjoy dinner. I'm a foodie extraordinaire. I love events. If you are in the Los Angeles area, feel free to slide into my DM.
And you know what? I feel the same way. I love hanging out, having a drink, going and having like a sushi roll.
We
what
are
have
out
you.
there. Not
Yeah.
everyone is just some horny bastard that just wants to hook up. Yeah, there are a lot of us out there.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with hooking up. and having
No,
a good
but there are
time,
also
blah, blah, blah,
you can
but
find a guy that wants to do these things. You just got to look a little bit
I think you have to,
and don't
even though
assume.
it's going to scare people away. Look, here's a great advice for baby gays or anyone that's really looking to date. Throw that meat on the table, and I don't mean your dick. Throw it on the table.
Mhm.
Like, here's what I want. Here's what I'm looking for. That is going to scare some people away.
It will.
Absolutely. 100% for sure. Awesome. Those are not the ones you want. The ones that are like, oh, interesting.
Mm-hmm.
You want XYZ, and that aligns with what I'm looking for, blah, blah, blah. Those are the ones you want.
Yes, exactly.
It's not going to be everybody. First of all,
put it on the
you're
table.
only looking for one anyways.
Exactly.
So if you scare away 10 to get 2 that you might actually date,
then there you go.
good.
And also, don't assume that
Good.
by someone's appearance that they're only looking for sex either, because that happens a lot.
That's true. If you're a hot person, it's really hard for people to accept that you have
That you
emotions.
might actually just, don't want to be grabbed all the time, and you can actually hold a conversation, and you can actually be wanting more than just a quick fuck.
You might be college educated, etc. Yes.
Let's see. Oh, man. How do you get over your best friend completely ghosting you because she has a toxic boyfriend? There's nothing you can do. I've been in this position before. What I do is I just keep my distance. And if they're going to continue ghosting me, then I just cut that loss. Because in that case, you're really not my friend in the first place, but I also am trying to support you through this clearly abusive situation. But you have to take care of yourself first and foremost. And if the other person's not going to reciprocate, then cut it off.
I wholeheartedly agree. I think that if someone is going to ghost you, blah, 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 why put your energy out there
Yeah.
if you're just going to be throwing a penny down a well,
Mhm.
basically? And at the same time, like you said, recognize the situation that they might be in where she might come around.
Yeah. And apologize. And, in that case, maybe a second chance is, warranted. Don't let it become a habit, though.
No, also, I really feel with many people, if you just take away your attention, that's the deepest cut of all.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, just to not have that daily text, to not have that phone call, to not have that connection, to not have someone that you can spill your guts to at the end of the day.
Yeah, because what happens when she's unhappy? She needs someone to confide in. She's going to be hitting you up.
Blocked.
There you go. Has to happen sometimes. All right. Is hoping to find true love asking for too much? No.
Absolutely.
I don't even know how to even elaborate on it. But no, not at all. You should want what you want.
Not only that, but you can find love several times.
Yes, 100%. Just don't rush it. Don't become one of those people that's constantly looking, which,
oh, God, and constantly in love.
I'm a serial dater, but I'm not constantly in love. I just like being in a relationship, and 9 times out of 10, I'm not even looking for it. It just kind of falls in my lap.
Yeah.
But there are those people that want to be in a relationship, and within 2 days, oh my God, this is the one, and I'm so in love. I'm like, bitch, no, you're not. You're in lust. You're enamored with this person.
I definitely feel like there's a desperation with some people.
It's like,
and that can also
learn to be alone.
Yeah.
Learn to be alone, and then let it just come to you. And there's nothing wrong with wanting that. Nothing wrong with wanting that at all.
No. I think that's perfectly normal. How to move on and unlove a straight guy?
A lot of love questions. Wasn't prepared for this.
Look, I know it's going to break your little heart, but the thing is, do not give your energy to people who don't give it back to you.
That's like the running theme for all these questions, actually.
And I know it's repeat, and it sounds so simple.
And it's easier said than done. But
it is, but that is hard.
Setting yourself up for
it's
for
a
failure.
slap across the face because they don't feel the same way about you.
And that's not going to
that
change.
You're feeling about them. And that sucks. I know. But you don't want to be with someone who doesn't feel the way that you
what's
feel
the point of that? There's absolutely no point.
You cannot make someone.
It's unhealthy mentally for you. It's emotionally masochistic. Just, again, cut the ties, cut them off, and you can find a gay that's going to like you.
This is kind of a repeat. Any advice for someone who's been ghosted? I think ghosting is the new,
Ghosting is the new black.
Yeah, it's the new orange, which is also the new white, which is the new black. Yeah, everyone's been ghosted. Technology allows us to do that now. You can also choose to mute someone on social media. Maybe they're not even getting your messages anymore, right? So you don't know what someone's going through. And ultimately, again, you cannot give your energy to. They're not. No matter how many times you text them, they are not going to text you back. So the more you can just resolve that within yourself, who cares? Who even cares why? Because will any explanation do? Would anything? No. So let them make that choice. Let them make that decision, and you move on. Oh, someone said, as an old gay, thank you for... Probably someone who's 30. As an old gay... as an old gay, thank you for using your platform to help folks find belonging.
That's so cute.
We are changing lives, y'all.
One shade at a time.
Also, of course, shout out to Hyrule Commander, who helps us out with our questions.
Again, our unofficial third co-host, our Spinderella.
Spinderella to the show. We will certainly...
and we treat him a lot better than Salt and Pepper treats Spinderella.
Thank you. Oh, this is a tough one. I have been in love with someone since they came out 2 years ago. But I feel the need... It doesn't say but. It's a period. I feel the need to meet other guys. The boyfriend has 10 years of experience being out. This is what we're saying. As a baby gay, both these guys could be similar ages, but one just recently came out.
Oh, boy.
First of all, maybe you should consider talking to your boyfriend about opening up your relationship. If you're really in love with him and you want to stay with him and he has this experience on you anyway, perhaps the two of you could navigate allowing you to feel like you're sowing your wild oats while continuing a relationship with the person that you're in love with.
You set your boundaries.
Set
your rules.
Different in the gay community. Straight people are like this too.
They really are. They're just fucking on the deal.
Relationships are whatever you want to make of them, right? If your partner's not into that, oh man, it is so hard to feel like you're missing out on shit.
It is. FOMO is a real thing.
Dickmo.
All right. Sounds like Venmo for dick.
If you have been out for 2 years and with the same guy,
that's a lot.
Yeah, I get it. Oh man. Oh, that's...
This is going to be like a live and learn experience.
That's tough.
And it might not be easy. It won't be
because
easy.
It's also horrible. Hookup culture is a joke. Guys are terrible. All you're going to do...
And the grass isn't always greener.
No,
so it's
all you're going to do is feel empty for like taking loads from random dudes and you don't care about them at all. Yet, at the same time, you're also going to have amazing experiences that you would not have had. It
really is a double-edged sword.
It really is. So I really think you have to talk to a
dick-shaped sword, but a double-edged sword.
Yes. Maybe a double-edged dildo. I definitely think you should just talk to the boyfriend. If he's got 10 years experience...
he might be more open than you think.
Why is it so hard to find a gay friend?
People always say this. I think you have to just kind of have a good reading for people because I've never had a problem finding gay friends. Ever.
Most of my friends are gay.
Yes. Like, I
mean, I also hate most of them.
True. Except for me. But no, I've never actually had a problem finding gay friends. And I've heard a lot of, I want to find gay friends, but they all want to fuck situation.
Okay, well, I mean...
That may happen sometimes. But I don't have an actual answer for this because I've never actually experienced it, thankfully. I've always had no problem finding gay friends. I mean, now that you have social media, Why not find? I do have a solution. Why not find a group of something that interests you?
Mm-hmm.
Someone that likes the same music, a group of people in your area that likes the same hobbies that you like. I mean, there are gay car meetups. There are gay go to a convention.
There's poker. There are groups.
There are completely non-sexual gay events. Go there, find something, because a common interest is the first step in building any type of relationship in general. It makes things smoother. You have things to talk about. It doesn't halt conversation, even if you're both nervous about things.
Absolutely. There's a local group, at least here in LA, called Gay for Good. Mm-hmm. And they do food drives. They do this.
Yeah.
The other. They
go out in
the community stuff.
Go into the community.
Out. And
yeah, fine.
You know, even if those are your Gay for Good friends, right? You still start to create a social network.
100%
people, and
yeah.
it is.
I mean, here we have a whole bunch of gay sports leagues.
No, I think it is hard to make friends as an adult.
Mm-hmm.
And
as an adult, you're set in your ways,
friends.
and that's a different situation. But
also, everyone's fucking weird. So
very true,
because everyone's set in their ways. So
it's true.
It's hard to like navigate that sometimes, and I totally get that. But I think you do have to sort of find those common interests and
I would say find whatever local gay groups are in your area and take it from there. If it's something that interests you, that's the first step to getting to know someone. I mean, we have social media now, so those things are very easy to find now. I'm also at a disadvantage because I've been in the fucking nightlife and hospitality scene all my life. Right. So I'm constantly used to being exposed around people.
Yeah. I've been fortunate that I have friends who are very social, and I meet a number of people, and I do try, like, if I do make a connection with someone, I do try to keep that going and what have you. Something for me that's always been a consistent, I know it's very cliche and very stereotypical, but I love being outdoors and I love hiking, and
there's nothing wrong with that.
That's where a lot of because I feel like you can have a great conversation hiking. You could also shut the fuck up and just walk for 20 minutes. And I think that's fine.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you don't have to always have some banter going. And if you can be comfortable with someone in silence, things are going well.
Exactly.
So that has always been a constant for me. And most of the friends that I have, not you, because you don't like the outdoors.
I don't. But see, you could also have different interests and hobbies and still be friends.
Well, we meet once a week and drink wine.
Exactly, and talk shit about people. And that's like the best form of of interest that I've learned.
So here's one that Hyrule posted and kind of bumped on, and I will also do the same because I feel like whether it's baby gay or even the more mature gay, someone is saying, it's not even a question, it's really close to impossible to find a guy. And finding someone who is suitable to date is even tougher. And I think that really comes across as being super judgy. I don't know what you're expecting from the gay community.
Yeah.
You have no holds or ties to someone prior to you meeting them.
No.
Whatever their experiences have been or whatever they have done or what have you, you don't get to judge them for that.
No.
That's
what my last breakup was about. I'm like, I didn't cheat on your ass. I'm like, you're mad because you found out all people I slept with before you even moved to this goddamn state? I'm like, come on now, grow up.
That's like high school shit.
It is. And we're perfectly fine and happy. Again, if I cheated on your ass, that's one thing. I didn't. You're literally mad because I had relations with a couple of people that we worked with before you worked there.
Or maybe suitable in the sense of your status or education or your, fashion or whatever, right? Money, your status.
Yeah.
I have to bump on that as well.
That's why I don't like when people. Well, speaking of double-edged swords, some people hate, and I've learned this on Twitter, when you ask. They're like, oh, it's an immediate turnoff when someone like asks like what you do for a living. And I can see why, because sometimes people use that as a way to judge you.
Mm-hmm. Or what kind of car you drive. Blah, blah, blah.
I ask these questions because I have extreme anxiety when meeting new people. And I find it interesting hearing about what people do in their day-to-day lives as a career that I'm not exposed to.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I love that shit. If you're a lawyer, I want to hear how your day goes. Like, what do you do when you walk into work? Like, is there a check-in process? Like,
right.
I'm genuinely interested in your life.
Like Ally McBeal?
Right?
What is going on?
Right? I'm like, if you're in, like, TV production, like, I don't know what the fuck a fucking gaffer is. I'm like, I want to know what that is. That's interesting. I see this term all the time in credits. I want to know what this is. I'm genuinely interested in you, and that's my way of getting across. But again, on the other hand, people will use that to size you up.
Mm-hmm. I don't like the question, but I don't mind it either. It's one of those things where
it can be used either way.
It definitely
can be used for good or for evil.
For good or for bad, just to know what you're into and what have you. And I think especially in LA, there's a lot of judgment as opposed to like, are you like a girl boss? Are you this, that, or the other, right? And one, you're not, the value that you have to the world is not your career or how much money that you make, right? It just isn't. So those things, I think if they're connecting you or you're curious about it, like genuinely curious about what someone does, what their day is like, yes. But if you're just gold digging or if that's a way to weed people out of your echelon of what you will accept, then you're just an asshole.
100%.
An elitist asshole.
Oh yeah, and that's what I can't stand. Is I got into it with one guy when I used to bartend. He's like, oh, you're a bartender? Why do you want to do anything else? I'm all, I made $700 last night. I'm paying for this entire dinner. Any other questions? Oh, really? I'm like, I would assume you make like $75 a night. I'm all, you stop assuming things.
Ignorance.
Exactly.
First of all.
Or even now. Oh my God.
I run into that a lot too. Being that's why I always say a wellness coach. Yeah. Because if you say you're a trainer, people just think you're dumb and you don't make any money. And first of all, most trainers can probably tell you, like you point to a muscle and they're like, oh, this is the anterior fucking whatever. Right? So like we know we have knowledge, we've been certified in things, and trying to use that against us is really dumb. I went to Cal State Long Beach. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
people just, it just drives me crazy. I mean, even in my career now, this is the funniest thing since I've come back to Saddle Ranch. Because now it's known as this big influencer hotspot, blah, 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 blah. Before, it was still a celebrity hotspot, whatever. But you could see someone's eyes when I'd say, I'm a restaurant manager. And it's like which restaurant?
But if
really? Oh my God! I just saw that on social media. Oh my God! J-Lo was there. I'm like,
Yep. If it's
any kind of hotspot, then it changes. But I'm like, what if I was fucking running a Denny's?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'd still be me. I'd still be the same fucking person.
And you would still have the same responsibilities.
Exactly.
Making sure that all that shit was running tight.
Exactly.
So.
I may not being, I may have a lower pay rate, but again,
maybe.
I'd be the same person that I'm talking in front of
Denny's
you.
make some money.
They do.
And not only that, but I remember I had an ex who he just liked being a server.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
He was cool with that. It was very good.
Yes.
So he made a lot of money.
People underestimate.
He worked at a place where a cheese plate was like $50.
Mhm.
Like, come on. Like he knew that fucking menu back and forth.
Thank you.
Like the palm of
I
his
date a
hand.
guy from fucking McDonald's. I don't give a shit if I like you, as long as you're aspiring to do something better, or you're happy, or you can
Or-
take care of your portion of whatever you need to do.
Exactly. If he is really good at that McDonald's job,
Then that's it.
good for him.
Maybe you would
If
make
he
it
is
6 figures as a
satisfied,
fucking regional manager in
it
3
doesn't
years.
even matter if he is, because and that was the kind of the thing with my ex, was like there was sort of a plateau, but that's what he liked to do.
And things are paid.
Things were paid.
He was happy.
Enjoyed it. If he could literally, like, his sort of like dream would just be to like still literally be a server, but like at a beach
Mm-hmm.
restaurant or bar where he could just fucking chill all day
Yeah.
and be at the beach and be a server and interact with people. And what is wrong with that?
Nothing. And at the end of the day, does it change the person that you're trying to get to know? No.
No.
You can be a gas
Because I
station
will
attendant. I date
own
you.
that bar and franchise it.
Exactly. And then bam, level us both up.
Exactly. Like, I mean, even, I'm just kidding. Like, it's fine to just have totally everyday
Yes.
pedestrian goals.
Nothing wrong with
even
that.
for me, honestly, like, one of my goals just have a normal relationship, whatever that means for me. Get to a point where we're doing things as a couple. I want a house.
Mm-hmm.
I want to invest in that home and do things, whether we're not necessarily constructing it together, but renovating or
Mm-hmm.
making it our own.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that shit. And like, I want to be able to cook our meals and have a space where we can entertain people.
Yeah.
Those are very normal, pedestrian,
They
average, boring things. But
Yeah.
that's like.
But that's the dream for you, and that's
the dream
completely
for me.
fine. Nothing wrong with that. So stop being elitist, y'all.
also win the lottery and be a millionaire, but whatever.
You know, I can't. Oh, God. Oh, man, these are getting deep now.
Mm.
We're not going to be able to answer all of these. But, why'd you give me the deep questions? What
I
is
don't
this?
know. It just happens.
Oh, my God. Well, this one is how to gay sex. I'm not going to answer that. That's a troll question.
I mean,
What should I do when I feel like shit for being queer? First and foremost, don't make me cry in this podcast.
Mm.
Look, you're going to feel like shit about being different in general. But actually, like I said to the last person, social media is a beautiful thing now. Find a little niche of a community to where you can feel like you belong.
Also, just get the fuck out.
Yeah.
If you're somewhere that you don't feel comfortable or safe or just being yourself is
detrimental to the environment you're in.
Go get somewhere
Save
else.
the fuck up and get
Go
the
somewhere else.
fuck out of there as fast as you can. Set that goal. Have that be the eye on the prize. Have that be that carrot in front of your nose.
It can be very terrifying, but if you really set your mind to it, you will do it.
Yes.
You'll make it work,
and
and
it'll
you'll
be
make it happen.
more profitable for your mental health
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day. So that's all I can really say about that. But I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I hope you feel better. We've all been there.
Also,
All
just
been
there's
there.
nothing wrong with feeling that way. A lot of people feel that way, regardless of their sexual orientation.
Yeah,
And
100%.
life is hard, so it's okay to feel that way and to fall back on that sometimes.
Yeah, don't feel like shit for feeling like shit, though.
Yeah.
You are allowed to have emotions. You're allowed to not have a great day. You're allowed to question yourself about things. Don't dwell on it, though.
No, in the end,
try not to.
Yeah, in the end, our emotions are controlled by our thoughts, and we control our thoughts. So you can have those feelings, you're entitled to those feelings, but you can also elevate yourself into a new position.
Oh man, I'm a virgin at 17 and I feel like a loser about it. Don't feel like a loser about it. This has been going on since the beginning of time.
Oh,
People are going to lie about not being a virgin when they're still a virgin.
How old are you supposed to be? I mean, 17.
I lost my virginity at 17.
Yeah, 17.
And that was just my oral virginity. My anal virginity I didn't even lose until I was 22. So that makes you feel better. Trust me, we've all been there.
Yeah.
Don't beat yourself up about it. It'll happen. And your first time might not even be that great, but keep on going. Just got out of an 8-year relationship, 25 here. Any advice for moving on? Yes, allow yourself the process. Well, the process is of being by yourself. Allow yourself to be a hoe if you want to.
Mm-hmm.
Don't feel bad about any decisions that you make. Don't
or not,
also
not really wanting to be sexual or romantic. There's a period of, I think there's a sort of a calculation for every year. It's like 3 months or something.
Huh?
So yeah, like literally psychologically for every year that you're with someone,
Interesting.
3 months is sort of tacked on to your healing process
Gotcha.
of separating
Yeah.
from them. So you have to recognize there's certain phases you're gonna go through.
You're grieving.
Emotions you're gonna have, especially 8 years. Like, that's a long
That's a
time.
long time in someone's life.
So you might take a year or two.
And there's nothing wrong with
Before
that.
you're
and allow
really ready.
yourself to miss that person. Allow yourself to hate that person.
Yeah.
Allow yourself to beat yourself up sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But you're going to get through it. And get a cute little group of friends and enjoy them. And enjoy whatever may come your way. Everyone skips me after they hear my age on Grindr. Okay, I don't know what to say because they didn't say their age, so I don't know. If you're too young, then sorry, you're gonna have to deal with that and date within your age range.
Yeah.
If it's an older thing, I totally understand it. Yeah, I need more insight on this one. This one I can't really answer wholeheartedly. To the trans guy I had... Wait, huh? Oh, fucking Instagram. Is it bad that slang, especially gay/LGBTQIA+, slang makes me physically cringe?
Oh, like slay and yes, queen.
You know, it makes me cringe when it's not authentic because that is derived from ballroom culture way back in the day. Has been heavily documented.
Paris is burning.
Exactly. From the mostly trans, queer, gay people of color. And so it makes me cringe when I hear what that fucking idiot's name, Roman Landon or whatever the fuck his name is, I don't know. I can't stand a white man with a black scent. And you can tell it's forced. It's not because you grew up a certain way in a certain environment. It's forced because you're trying to fit in and you're trying to sound cute and sassy. But I'm like, no, fuck you. No, I can't stand that. I don't like straight girls using it all.
I also just feel like, girl, you don't know me like that. You can't be like, yes, queen.
Right, I'm just like, no. I'm like, if that, and you can
like,
always tell when it's natural and when it's forced.
Yes.
So it's not bad unless you are like self-hating your community and internalizing that, because I've seen that as well. Yeah, if I want to date a girl, I'd date a girl. Why is he wearing a dress? None of your fucking business, you asshole.
Right.
You're not going to date him anyways. He's not coming on to you, is he? Let him fucking be and live his life. That's what the beauty of our community is being yourself. But don't be your inauthentic self by using things as a tool to try to make yourself fit in.
And I do think we have so few things, right? Like there's RuPaul's Drag Race, and there's like a couple other TV shows where that's where we get the vernacular, and that's where I think especially baby gays feel like they have to kind of talk like that.
Yeah.
That that's the way that you are gay. And I can see where that could be a turn on.
Yeah, it's a very multi-dimensional question and answer.
Yeah.
So, but I mean,
you guys are.
I think I covered all the bases, though.
I hope so.
I'm not answering this last two.
There are pages.
There are pages. So I'm like, no.
Oh, sorry, that was my butt. Pages of questions.
We've all seen that.
We appreciate it so much, and we'll have to do a part 2.
Yeah, save those questions. There are a lot of really good ones. But yeah,
a lot of really good
we
ones.
can't have a 5-hour show.
No.
Our laptop will crash as if Rhythm Nation was playing on it in the year 2000.
No. And it's hard. And I think ultimately a lot of people are feeling, they're searching and they're trying to find their tribe. And it's hard to trust and it's hard to love.
It's just so perplexing to me, again, circling back to that question about the 1900s, because we didn't have any of that. We didn't have social media. We didn't have a Grindr. We didn't have a Jacked, a Scruff. We didn't have a Sniffies. We didn't have. I remember talking to my best friend at age 13, and I was like, I wish there was like a magical ring that we could like wear and like see who's gay and who isn't.
Yeah.
And now we have these magical rings in the form of technology, and people still have the same insecurities and the same it's. I use those tools.
Well, but also in the weird way, like gay culture has like progressed and exploded to this weird
It really has.
degree.
We've gone through how many revolutions?
Oh God!
Being in the age group that we're in,
Yes,
it's really interesting because there's so many things that have changed.
I know this is going to sound very old, but nowadays, when you go out, let's say for Pride or Halloween or whatever, Pride was always pretty over the top.
Yeah.
I will admit that. But Halloween used to at least be the hint of a costume.
Yes.
And then, granted, it was somewhere pre-pandemic. This was a good 10 years ago, honestly, that it sort of transitioned. But now, if you're wearing a red jockstrap and you painted a star on your chest, you're a fireman.
Literally.
Gay culture has just
changed.
Evolved and evolved and evolved. It's gotten hoier and hoier and hoier. So I think being a baby gay and coming out now, you're like, it's hypersexual and you're exposed to all these things and it's just so fast all the time and it's hunty this and, yes, mama that and, whatever. It's overwhelming, you know what I mean? Like you've got like 15 seasons of RuPaul's Drag Race to catch up on and all this stuff. Like there's so much culture that's really out there for us.
Yeah.
Where it can definitely feel very overwhelming. But at the same time, slow it down.
Yeah.
Take your time.
Uh-huh.
Find what works for you.
Yes.
It's a lifelong journey.
It is. And there will be bumps and potholes. But get those tires changed and keep on driving.
Exactly. You're going to constantly evolve and change who you are and what you want and what you believe in. So this is just the beginning for you. All right, everybody. Thanks for listening. Be sure to check out our sponsors and our show notes and save some money by using our coupon codes. Until next time,
Goodbye.
bye.